What is up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube video, and we're here with an Excavation Site 12 Legend Lost Sector guide. And as you can see, if you want to find this lost sector, you're going to have to find it over here on the EDZ, and then spawn, preferably at the Gulch. You can spawn down here at Winding Cove, but it's going to take just a little longer. But I think in reality, they're just the same amount of time to get there. But if you spawn up here, you should see this on your map. If you've unlocked it before, you'll see this little icon on your map. But if not, when you get there, there should be a banner and stuff that you can see. But if not, don't worry, because I'm going to show you guys how you can unlock it. It's relatively easy. It's not that hard, but our first step is obviously going to be to get there. So let's just get here as fast as possible by just using our Sparrow. And then once you reach the new zone, it'll tell you, like, yeah, you can see the symbol right here. Now let's just keep making our way over here. And once you reach this area, you're pretty much right next to it. So here we are. You can see the little lost sector icon right here. And then if you look, there should be a flag here. If you don't see this and you don't see the little icon on your map, that does mean that you're gonna have to complete it normally. So what does that mean? Go right here into this tunnel and just complete the normal version, run through it, kill all the ads, kill the final boss, loot the chest at the end, and it'll say lost sector discovered. Then you can unlock legend and master lost sectors. So from this point on, you've officially entered the lost sector. Kill everything. It literally takes like less than 2 minutes. On normal difficulty, it's pretty easy, and it's pretty much an easy one on legend and master difficulty. So this is one that I'm highly recommending you farm if you need something from it today. But other than that, let's cut straight into the modifiers. Our modifiers here are shielded foes. You'll face combative arc shields. We have legend modifiers, locked loadout and extra shields. Equipment locked. You will not be able to change your equipment after this activity starts. Limited revives. You'll face barrier and unstoppable champions. Solar threat. This is a 25% increase to incoming solar damage. So this is damage dealt by enemies in the lost sector. Scorched earth. Enemies throw grenades significantly more often. Overcharged weapons. Weapon overcharges from the seasonal artifact are active in this activity. Clinic weapons do increased damage when your subclass element matches an active surge. So we are taking advantage of this because we are rocking a kinetic weapon. And we have Void Surge, and since we're using Void subclass, this is going to work. We're going to get the little boost. But if you rock a Strand subclass as well, you can take advantage of that as well. Just keep that in mind. As long as you match any of these two, you should be fine. So like I said, Void Surge, 25% bonus to outgoing Void damage, and Strand Surge, 25% bonus to outgoing Strand damage. Overcharged Sword, we're not really taking advantage of that right now. At least I'm not. But this is something you can do with a 25% bonus to sword damage. So recommended power 1830, but if you're around my light level, maybe 1850 and above, you should be fine. Enhancement core is uncommon, and if completed solo, exotic head armor is rare. So if you need any exotic head pieces, I highly recommend just farming it today. So now we're going to cut over to the loadout that I have put together. So here's the build that I have put together. It's the same one I've been using for the last 2 days, but it's Shadow Shot Mobius Quiver, Marksman Dodge, Triple Jump, Snare Bomb, Vortex Grenade, Vanishing Step, Stylus Executioner, and then Echo of Expulsion, Echo of Remnants, Echo of Undermining, and Echo of Reprisal. Then for my first weapon here, I'm running a Kinetic Pulse Rifle, the Battle Scar, and it could be any pulse rifle. It doesn't have to be this one. I just like this perk Kinetic Tremors on it, but if you have anything else that you're more comfortable with, by all means use that. Just know that you are going to need barrier and unstoppable mods or some type of effect to go against them. But in my case, this is just what I'm using. Use whatever you're comfortable with or whatever you want. So the pulse rifle, I should say, is for barrier champions, and the scout rifle is for unstoppables. And I'm using a void scout rifle just so I can get that void damage buff that we get, as well as stunning unstoppable champions. Doesn't have to be this one. It could be any void scout rifle. Just use whatever you want. And then Deterministic Chaos, the Void Heavy Machine Gun, and I'm using this because it synergizes really well with Gerfalcons and the Void build that I have, while also weakening targets, giving me volatile rounds and stuff like that. It holds a lot of ammo, and I like using this for lost sectors because those bosses that have beefy hellfires, this does help do a bit of damage, so that's really useful for me. Now, when it comes to armor, it's the exact same thing I've been running. So we got access to assets. You gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. This is just, I'm always using my nade, so I might as well get a bonus for using it and stuff like that. Kinetic Siphon and Void Siphon are going to allow me to get rapid kinetic weapon final blows or rapid void weapon final blows to create orbs of power. So we're trying to generate orbs. And Firepower, your grenade final blows create orbs of power. Again, we're generating orbs. Grenade Kickstart, and we have 2 of them, and this is when your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. Additionally, your armor charge is consumed, and you gain additional grenade energy for each stack. So again, I'm running 2 of these, charged up, and this increases the maximum number of stacks of armor charge you can carry by 1. So again, I have 2, and I have a void damage resistance. It's not going to be that useful here. If you were running something, I would recommend solar because it's a solar thing, but I don't have enough energy slots to do that, so I'm just not going to worry too much about that. But again, if you have slots and you want to do that, feel free to go for it. But on my legs, I have better already, and I should say for the chest piece, it is Gerfalcon's the exotic. And better already, your health begins to regenerate immediately after picking up an orb of power. So again, we're picking up orbs, regenerating them, we're picking them up, and at least when we pick them up, we get benefits from it. And we have a Void Weapon Surge and a Kinetic Weapon Surge, and these are going to give our respective weapons a small bonus to weapon damage when we have any armor charge. So it's kind of like becoming charged with light from last season and pretty much before Lightfall, if you're familiar with that. And then Time Dilation, and this is your Decaying Armor Charge, has a longer duration. I have 2 of those, and Bomber, which reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. And just to get into Gerfalcons for a little bit, this pretty much just allows you to get invisible when your void weapons have volatile rounds, and you can pretty much constantly do this by turning invisible. And once you become visible after being invisible, you'll have like 4 seconds or 8 seconds where you have volatile rounds on any void weapons, and every kill you get with a void weapon will constantly refresh it. So after you're invisible, you get a kill, you come out of being invisible, you get volatile rounds. You get a kill with those volatile rounds, they make you invisible again. So you can keep chaining it and using it over and over again infinitely until you just run out of enemies to shoot. So that's pretty useful. That's why I'm going to be using it. It helps you stay alive longer. It can help you in certain situations. So there's that. One quick note I want to mention too is for the artifact. Void weapon channeling, that's something I have. You don't have to get exactly everything I have here on the artifact, but do look at your artifact before you go and see if there's anything that can help you when it comes to the build that you're trying to put together. But with all that being said, we're going to cut into the gameplay now for the Lost Sector. So now that we spawned in, let's stun this champion, and let's just deal with all these ads here. They're going to be pretty annoying. So let's just get rid of them, because every time I try to worry about the champion, they're going to be throwing nades like that, and that solar burn is just going to be annoying. Also, watch out for the Unstoppable Champion's solar damage with that flamethrower that it has. It's big damage, and especially with the solar burn that it has on today, it's super annoying. I can't tell if I can get a finisher or not. Looks like I can't yet. There we go. But once you clear that out, you're going to have just a bunch of enemies on this bridge. You can see you're going to have a barrier champion and an unstoppable, so keep that in mind. The unstoppable champion, once you start shooting at these enemies, is going to like push you. You can see him over here. I'm going to try to stun him. Now let's just do some damage here. You can see that barrier champion. You can see how much damage it does, so do try to avoid that at whatever cost. Here's the unstoppable champion I was talking about. I'm just going to use my machine gun. Now let's try to stun him again. We could do a finisher, so I'm going to go for that. Now I'm going to back up again. And now deal with all these other enemies. I do want to talk about something real quick. And first thing, I do want to apologize for this video going up a little late. Usually I start recording these videos around reset time. That for me being like 1 p.m. over here in EST, you know, time zone and everything. But with construction and stuff going on during the day and stuff, right now I'm recording this at like 7, so the video did have to get delayed for a little bit just because of all the noise and stuff. For whatever reason, there was like drilling going on in the apartment above me, so I didn't want to obviously leave that in the video and stuff, and yeah, there's me apologizing for that. But also, I do want to note, I'm not sure if this is Bungie's like overall plan, but it's to leave the surges the same, like the daily ones when it comes to Strand and Void. But I don't know. I feel like it's cool if they want to leave it seasonal, so that way we know every day is, use a Void subclass essentially for increased damage and everything. But I kind of miss, for example, like before Lightfall, how it used to be, hey, today's arc, so you can get arc damage boosts, but then the next day it was solar, or maybe it was 2 days solar in a row, and then it was Void. It like actually had you try to switch up some items every now and then, kind of change your super, try to make you play a different style, which is something I kind of enjoyed. I can understand if maybe people didn't like that, but I don't know, for me it was something I enjoyed, and I feel like I'm not gonna say I'm bored of using the same class 3 times in a row, but I think in terms of like giving people some more creative options, I guess is the right wording or something. You get to experiment more. You get to try, okay, if it's a solar burn, let me try this solar build or something like that. I feel like that's kind of lost right now when it comes to like lost sectors and stuff like that. But again, that was just something I enjoyed personally. I'm not sure if I'm in the minority or if a lot of people feel the same way, but that's just how I feel. I'm not calling for them to change it. If the majority of the player base likes this, then I'm fine with it. But I don't know. To me, it just kind of feels kind of repetitive, but I'm also not mad at it because I don't have to like spend time like I did before, where it was like an hour after reset I was trying different builds, which weapons were the best, this and that, because I know whatever was working today it's gonna work tomorrow. So that's just like a little rant slash just I don't know how I felt about these last couple lost sectors. But for all I know, they might change it and tomorrow might be solar. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah, I actually almost died to that because I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to get rid of this unstoppable champion so I can deal with a Nightmare Legionary here. And if you don't know, once you kill the Nightmare Legionary, it's gonna drop this kind of unstable essence. It's like a red orb, and when you pick it up, it's gonna allow you to do some extra damage to the boss. And that's something obviously you want to do, so you can kill the boss faster and everything like that. So this is kind of me trying to make a play for it. I'm going to save my invisibility dash so I can try to pick it up. But let's see. I'm going to do that. Go invisible. Do this. Get behind this rock because this guy will like two-shot you if you stand in front of his thing for too long. But you can see left side of my screen, unstable essence. I have it for like 6 more seconds. So let's see if I can get this done. We got a good amount of ammo, but you can also see I'm not going to chow that because I don't want to die right now. But here we go. And we're done. So that's the lost sector right there. Even the boss drops it, which I'm just going to pick up. Now let's collect our loot. And you can see I actually just got solo legend lost sectors done. And if that's something you need for the Guardian ranks, today's definitely a day to do it. Also, if you need any exotics for today, definitely try to knock them out today because this is a very good farm. You can see I got this one done, but how much time did I do? 5 minutes, 39 seconds. If you're even faster than me, you can get a better time, so keep that in mind. But that's going to wrap it up for the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, drop a follow on my Twitch, twitch.tv/MonkeyJam0. I'm going to be going live later on today. So if you can drop by the stream, I would appreciate it. But other than that, just ring the bell so you don't miss another video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.